Hi, it's Kristen. Welcome to my channel, a new channel. This is actually my second time trying out this whole AuthorTube thing. But anyways, hi, it's Kristen and this is my AuthorTube Newbie Tag. I got these questions from iwriterly, but they're just the first ones that pop up when you Google them. And so I felt like what better way to get started than by starting off with this traditional tag. So here we go. All right, so the first question is, how did you find out about AuthorTube? And I've been watching these videos and it seems like we all kind of found out about it the same way, through Kate Kavanaugh. I saw her video when she was writing like Stephen King for 24 hours and it just unlocked a whole new world of writing videos. I had mainly been watching booktube videos, so it was really cool and actually really inspiring to get started writing. I'd always said I wanted to write a book, but it wasn't actually until I found AuthorTube that I found kind of like the motivation, or at least like a surefire way to get started writing one. So AuthorTube has really made a big difference on my life. Okay, the next question is, what genres do you write in? I write in all sorts of genres, but like most recently it's just been YA and middle grade. And then within those categories, it would be like contemporary. I did just write a middle grade fantasy, but that was just like an experiment. I don't know if I'm ever gonna go anywhere with that, but mainly I write contemporary. All right, what is your preferred writing tense, point of view, and category of story? I really like first person. I like first person past tense. First person present is actually my current work in progress, how I'm writing it. And it's good, it like has a sense of urgency, but I feel like I'm just familiar the most with first person past. And so I typically will automatically start writing in that way. But I do not have a favorite really. Third person is great too. Second person, you know, they're all great means of telling a story. Okay, are you a plotter, a pantser, or a plantser? I am definitely a plotter. I don't even really do discovery writing. I'll just set an outline from beginning to end. I love to outline. I love the creative frenzy of like getting started with a new idea and plot diagramming it and planning out my scenes and my character arcs. I super nerd out over that stuff, so I'm 100% a plotter. But I do like the freedom of pantsing. It would not work for me. Okay, are you self-published, published, or yet to be published? I would be at the end of that spectrum. I'm definitely have not been published yet, but you know, maybe one day. What publishing company, literary agent, or printing company are you represented by? Okay, since that doesn't apply to me, there's this question. What is your dream publishing house or literary agent? I guess I'm not educated enough to really know like which publishing house I would like. There is this press that does middle grade novels. I think it's Walden Pond Press. And if I ever had one of my middle grade contemporaries published, I would love it to be by them because everything that they publish is so authentic and beautifully written and like kind of packs a punch, you know, in middle grade. So for that, I don't know what it would be for YA. Any of the big five would be good. All right, question number 7. What type of AuthorTube videos will you see on my channel? I definitely will be doing like monthly goal updates, also probably writing vlogs, and mainly I'm looking at this channel just as a way to like document my own journey and hold myself accountable. So those types of videos, a combination of sit down and chats and vlog style content. So if that's your thing, cool. If not, that's okay. I'm still gonna be doing this for myself. Question number 8, when did you start writing? That's like a really interesting question because I feel like most people on like this part of the internet started writing when they were like kids and it was always their dream to be a writer and they just have always done it. And for me, that really wasn't the case. I kind of thought that I wanted to be a writer growing up, but it was just like this nebulous cloud and I never actually wrote. like anything or took writing even seriously until like 3 or 4 years ago. Like I wrote poetry, I guess, but that's completely different. And so, yeah, I was really actually finding AuthorTube and like watching people write and have routines, I guess, that kind of took the whole idea of being a writer from like this whole nebulous thing into like an actual thing I could do. And so honestly, I've only been writing since I was like 20. So my story is definitely a little bit different than most of the people who start channels here. What was the first story you ever wrote? Okay, I wrote a short story about a fairy who lived in a flower, and the name of the story was The Fairy and the Flower, and the fairy fell in love with the flower. And that was it. Yeah, it got published in like a independent press, and they spelled my name wrong. So I mean, it's not anything to write home about, but that was the first story that I wrote. Surprisingly, it was fantasy. What authors have inspired your writing the most? I love that question. I really think that probably the classic writers are the ones who have inspired my writing, even though I wouldn't even attempt to say that what I write is classic. It's definitely like mainstream, like contemporary writing. But I do think that a lot of like the whole Jane Austen, dramatic tension, like very character focused stories I get from all the reading I did of classic novels growing up. I will say an author that really inspires me is V.E. Schwab. She shares a lot about her writing, and I just find it really nice to get like that inside perspective. Okay, next question. Do you schedule your writing sessions or simply get to writing whenever you can find the time? Okay, when I'm being a good writer, I guess, I definitely make sure I schedule my sessions, but I'm also a teacher. So usually once I'm busy with school and stuff, I just write when I can. Actually, my hope is to get into more like a consistent writing routine because I genuinely love it. Like it genuinely makes me so happy and excited when I'm writing a story. But I get home from work and I'm just exhausted. And so I don't write, and it's really hard to be creative. So I'm still trying to figure out how I want to make myself a writing routine, but it probably would be in the mornings, right when I wake up, because then at least my brain is fresh. Okay, do you type on a computer, a typewriter, or write everything by hand? I usually start planning like character arcs and plot diagrams by hand, but then typing is the way I do all of my drafting usually, unless I'm like in a funk and I'm tired of looking at the computer screen, and then I will write it out. But I always feel like it's counterproductive to go back and type after I've written, so I typically just type. I also can say a lot more, a lot quicker when I'm typing than when I write, just for obvious reasons. Okay, and last question, lucky number 13. What are you most looking forward to now that you're a part of AuthorTube? Well, the reason that I'm making this video is because I really want to have like a writing community. I really struggle to find people who write similar genres to me, who are interested in the same thing. I would like to find beta readers and critique partners and just kind of have like a community who loves the same thing I do. And in the town I'm from, like people do write, but it's mostly like memoirs and stuff. And I want people who are interested in writing YA and middle grade and who like to write contemporary and fantasy, and there's just not a lot of that around here. So yeah, that's why I'm here. I want to make some awesome writing friends and kind of record my progress for the future. So if you made it this far, thanks for watching, and I guess I'll see you soon. Bye.